Welcome. It is noon, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time in Keene, New Hampshire, and broadcasting live today from Wondrous Roots here on the third floor of the Miller Forge building on Roxbury Street, just off Central Square in Keene. Thank you for joining me today, those of you who are attending, and I see you already. I'm glad to know you're there. Doing this program the way we've been doing it most recently, doing a Zoom webinar, which has worked out really, really well. And then also posting later on our YouTube channel, our new YouTube channel. Had a lot of feedback from many of you saying how much you enjoy just being able to, whenever it's convenient, click on the YouTube video and catch it. So I'm super happy with the way this has been working out. And again, as you continue to come in, hello, all of you, my friends out there. So, see here. All right. So again, you're listening to Wondrous Roots, your health from the ground up. My name is Becky Montrone. We have a practice here in Keene called Wondrous Roots. I am an holistic health care practitioner with a degree in holistic nutrition and also an herbalist. So really enjoy making stuff, making things, making herbal medicine. But it's like, if you have a hobby you love, think about the joy that I feel doing these things, thinking about things, health problems, and then thinking up things to do to help. And so that's really great. I got my love of nutrition and natural medicine, I would say, from my mother, and then my father, who was the late George Wrench compounding pharmacist, and loved coming up with concoctions, with formulas to help with difficult health problems. So that's where I come from. Those are my wondrous roots. And so again, we're up here on the third floor of the Miller Forge building. Our open shop door hours are 9:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. Our phone number here is 603-439-2603. And you can also reach out to me from our website, wondrousroots.org. Just go to contact us. That will come to my private email, and I'm the only one who sees those, and I will respond. So what else do I want to say? I think that's about it. Before last week worked out really great because I was able to do that program on prebiotics, probiotics, and sac boo. I was able to do that, pre-record it because I was traveling. We went to Philly to spend the weekend with our daughter and her boyfriend and cat. And we had a wonderful time, but was able to just do that ahead of time. That's another advantage here, doing it this way. And let's see, what else do I want to say? I think I just want to dig in. As I was traveling last week on Friday when we were on the train, I happened to be going through my email, and I get the regular feeds from Green Med Info, which is it's greenmedinfo.com, and Sayer G is the guy who runs the whole thing, and it is a wonderful resource for all things natural medicine, herbs, with scientific studies. I mean, if you're looking for any topic, just go to greenmedinfo.com, and in there you can just research just about anything. But that to say, there was a feed on papaya. And so I was very intrigued, being into plant medicine. And I was kind of blown away to think that I hadn't been using papaya in our practice as part of our ingredients for various things. And so now we are. But anyway, okay. I also didn't mention that I see, for people who might be seeing this for the first time, seeing one of these presentations, I am a holistic health practitioner. I see clients in private consultation. So again, you can reach out to me, 603-439-2603. All of those of you who are attending right now are actually clients. And I think that's really, really wonderful. So we have a family. I call it the Wondrous Roots family. And I'm just glad to have you as part of that family. All right. So benefits of papaya. It's like one of those things that's like everything. Well, so many things. And one of the things is anti-malarial. And I had a woman client come in yesterday. She's preparing for a trip to Costa Rica, and Of course, when you're traveling, you get all kinds of recommendations for shots and medications to take with you. And she wanted to ask me about, what I thought about various things. I forgot about the whole thing about papaya and malaria, although I'm all fine with, taking with you, taking a medication, a very safe hydrochloroquine, which is very, very safe. And so I'm not saying you need to do papaya instead, but that's one of its things. Okay, so just to say, I said, yet another example of the healing properties found all around us in nature, courtesy of our amazing creator. We just need to know about them and how to use them. After doing some research into the Wondrous Papaya, I will be using it in various of our products to include a brand new formula to relieve the discomforts and help bring healing to skin conditions such as atopic dermatitis, eczema, and psoriasis. This is soon to come in a cream I am calling Fig Plus. So some of you have tried my Fig Salve. I read a study several years ago that was done in Turkey using an extract from Turkish figs, and it was compared with the activity or the efficacy, I would say, of steroid creams that are given. In this case, the study was on children with dermatitis, so of whatever source, right? Whether it's an allergy dermatitis or a contact dermatitis, but to relieve that itching and all of that aggravation and discomfort. They had found that Turkish figs were actually measured as effective as those creams, or even more. So I did a simple salve. I just extracted Turkish figs I bought organic Turkish figs. I'm about to do another batch, and I wish I'd brought that bag in here. I would show them to you, but we just cut them up and put them and simmer them in, extract them into some fractionated coconut oil. And then from that made a salve by adding some emulsifying wax. So I wasn't that thrilled with it because, I don't know, we have a really great cream we make called Immune Skin and Sensitive Immune for acne, rosacea, eczema, that kind of thing. And that works quite well. It works very well. But I was thinking of something, I just wanted to try this, something to relieve all of that irritation, and something that we can do in maybe large areas of the body. And so I made it, I used it with a few people. They said they thought it worked well. So I had a bunch left over. And recently I've just been giving it out to people who have these problems, and with all, fantastic feedback. This really is, and this was just the fig, right? So what I'm adding to that is, well, I don't have my list in front of me, or I would tell you, but it's going to be really pumped up. Maybe I have a chance right now to find it. Let me just see. Fig cream, Fig Plus. I just saw it. Fig Plus. Bear with me. I really want to kind of read it to you. Okay, where are you? It's opening up. Okay, so my Fig Plus. Fractionated coconut oil, and I'm going to use evening primrose oil because evening primrose oil is huge for the skin. So I will add that as one of the healing oils. Like when we have all of our Wondrous Skincare line, we have an amazing oil base which has very many nutritive oils in there. So we will add the evening primrose to this, and then we'll have figs, papaya leaf, calendula flowers, burdock root, chamomile, go-to cola, St. John's wort, jewelweed, which I always think of for poison ivy because it's the antidote to the erythritol in poison ivy, oak, and sumac, but it also is very soothing to the rashes and things like that. Licorice root, comfrey leaves, and cleavers. Oh, plantain is going to go in there too. I got to add that in. I'm going to do that right while I'm sitting here so I don't forget. Plantain. Yes. Well, how could I forget that? And then we'll have some vitamin D3 in there, some coleus for scoli, as we do in our immune skin and sensitive immune skin. And that's going to be really good, I think. Oh, I also wanted to tell you, if you want to interact in this Zoom today, you can raise your hand down at the bottom of your screen. You can raise your hand and I will call on you, you can go to the Q&A and type in a comment or a question or whatever, or you can go to the chat and type that in. Okay, I think we've got that down. I think most of you who are here have been here before and understand that. Okay, so away we go with papaya. Okay, so I said I was going to be doing that. Then I will add to that cream. Then I want to make, we already did it. We made a separate papaya leaf extract. This is how our extracts come out when we make them. If you've been up to the shop, and many of you have, what you end up doing is you'll see in the back, you'll see our inverted Pellegrino bottle cones over these with coffee filters in there. And then we're running extractions with our menstruum, which is grain alcohol, 60% to get out the fat soluble parts of the plant, and spring water, 40% to get out the water soluble parts. So we take, this is just powder that I buy. This came from Star West Botanicals, which is a company I use. I use very, very frequently to get our raw materials from when it comes to herb materials. And we take a certain measurement of this and blah, 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 blah. And then we end up with this. So this I am going to package as a individual tincture, another way to say, or a liquid extract, the old timey way, which is what it is. And then we shall, I will add that to a few different formulas. Our Eater's Digest formula for digestion, because it's a great digestive product. In fact, you could just purchase the papaya leaf extract for that if you wanted to. Remember papaya, papain. You'll see a lot of commercial digest capsules and things like that on the market. So we have that, and then I'm going to add it to the Eater's Digest Cycle, which is my formula, Cycle Support for heavy periods, because it also has a big job to do. It has a great effect in stopping heavy bleeding, also with PMS symptoms, the mood, and all of that kind of thing, which was brand new to me when I did the work on this program. And Metabolism Up, it's very good for weight loss. So it's, again, it's one of these, wears many different hats. Also, I'm going to add the dried leaves. We have right here, again, Star West Botanicals, the dried leaves. I have not done this yet, so maybe we can just open it. And I can show you the dried leaves. Like that, like so. And so we'll add, oh, smells really nice, the papaya leaf. So this is not going to be a negative to a tea, right? It's going to be a positive. But to the teas, I'm going to add these leaves to digest tea, the cycle tea, for the reasons I just told you, and the lean tea because of those properties. So again, these are the papaya leaves. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? Okay, so, all right. I'm just going to close these. Okay. All right. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to dig in. I've got there on my newsletter, those of you who are on here and get my newsletter. And for those of you who are listening later on YouTube, you can find the newsletters that go with this on my website, and there you just go to wondrousroots.org. So if you're listening and you're not signed up for my newsletter, number one, go to wondrousroots.org and sign up, and then you'll always get my newsletters. And then go to podcasts, go to wondrousroots.org and go to the podcast area up on the top, the navigation, and you'll just be able to find out where to get those newsletters, because you really want to have them if you're paying attention to what I'm talking about today or any day that I'm doing this, because there's all this information that I talk about, and you can click on those links and learn more, and then you can do whatever you want, maybe even explore more. So there's a little infogram there. Benefits of papaya: good for the skin, helps with heart disease, improves bone health, helps in weight loss, and improves gut health. Very high in vitamin C, which is they're saying with the heart thing, it's all about the antioxidants. So again, you that's what I love about these plants, right? Because like I said, you don't need to get a different medicinal tea, every single medicinal tea, and drink a different one for everything, because there's so much overlap. Like for instance, our lean tea is very, very high in vitamin C. So anyway, this is what I just love about the way God put plants together, so that there are so many different properties, not just a one action. Uh, and that's really remarkable. It's more than remarkable. And there goes another motorcycle. Okay. Papaya benefits digestion, heart health, and more. And I was working on this newsletter when I was on the train of Columbus Day weekend last weekend. So it was really kind of fun to see this. Christopher Columbus was known to call the papaya the fruit of the angels. This orange colored melon like fruit is part of the Caricaceae family of plants, that's the Latin, and grows on the Caraca papaya tree. I hope I, Carica, probably, papaya tree. It's native to southern Mexico and Central America, but can be grown in most tropical areas. When ripe, it is commonly used around the world to make juice or as a delicious addition to salads, salsa, or desserts. Not only that, but it is also commonly used as a meat tenderizer or digestive enzyme as well. And that's what we were talking about, the papain you'll typically see. And if you're searching the web for dietary digestive aid supplements. So anyway, we're going to go to learn more about that. This is about papaya. We'll talk about the leaves too, but then we're going to go on to the leaves because we've got the fruit, right? And then there's the leaves. And I didn't even really look at the seeds. Maybe I should, but in any case. Okay, it contains papain, which is why it works so well as a powerful digestive aid. Improved digestion and helping the body detox aren't the only benefits of papaya. It can also help improve heart health, reduce inflammation, strengthen the blood, and so much more. Like other types of tropical fruit, and this is a great benefit, high in multiple vitamins, flavonoids, antioxidants. Again, foods in their best forms and in their most potent forms. So again, being careful for quality, et cetera, when you're looking for, when you're purchasing. This is how we are provided with our nourishment on this planet, is through food. And food, what a great idea. Food is so fun. It's great. It's tasty. It's fun to work with, to cook, to make things. Really, really wonderful. Anyway, so anyway, it's believed that papaya was first grown in, okay, blah, 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 blah. It's grown around the world. That's all right. Great and good. Let's go to the benefits. In many parts of the world, papaya fruit is believed to help naturally treat malaria, E. coli, and parasitic infections. So that would be a good addition to, let me jot that down, to our parasite formula and traveler's blend, which we make for when people are traveling and might be exposed to things their bodies aren't used to. Promotes proper digestion, helps break apart the bonds between amino acids. It's similar to other types of enzymes made in the pancreas that help our bodies digest meat, but unlike other enzymes, it can work even without the presence of acid. Oh, that's pretty cool to know, because a lot of people don't make enough stomach acid. One of the reasons we have so much problem with acid reflux today is, believe it or not, it's the oxymoron, right? I mean, it's because you don't have enough acid at the beginning of the meal when you need it. And so papaya works in spite of that lack. So I would see that as a positive. Therefore, due to its ability to break apart amino acids, this papaya enzyme can be helpful for people struggling with low stomach acid and who may not be able to tolerate consuming certain types of meat, because really that's what you're digesting especially in the stomach that requires acid, is those proteins. Okay. It can also promote protein absorption in those with other digestive issues. So getting that protein, those amino acids absorbed into your body where they can be used. Can also help prevent constipation. Eating papaya, the fruit, can also help prevent constipation due to its high fiber content. Fiber adds bulk to the stool and eases its excretion out of the body. It says, in fact, a 2012 review published in the World Journal of Gastroenterology found that increasing fiber intake was effective at increasing stool frequency in people with constipation to help promote regularity. Soothes inflammation. Inflammation is a natural immune response designed to fend off foreign invaders and protect against illness and infection. However, chronic inflammation is at the root of most diseases. We talk about that all the time here. And it is believed to contribute to serious conditions like heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and more. Okay, so it goes on to talk about that. Papain has been shown to help decrease inflammation in people with diseases such as asthma or arthritis. Not only can lower levels of inflammation slow the progression of chronic disease, but may also help to naturally reverse signs of aging as well. Yes, with inflammation as the root of degenerative processes in the body that only compound and hasten, I would say, the aging process, which is what we're all about the opposite here at Wondrous Roots. We're about to, and next time I'm going to be talking about Lurong, capital L-U, new word, capital R-O-N-G, which is deer or elk antler. And I'll explain a little bit later why I'm so intrigued with that. But what brought it to my mind right now was the anti-aging thing. So stay tuned. Strengthens the blood. So papaya has garnered a good amount of attention as a blood strengthener to help people who have a medical condition called thrombocytopenia or low blood platelets. That affects quite a few people, quite a number of people, and you might be one of them. This is a dangerous medical condition that can reduce the body's ability to form blood clots and potentially lead to internal bleeding. An animal study out of Malaysia conducted on mice concludes that those given papaya leaf extract had significantly higher platelet and red blood cell counts after 72 hours compared to those in a control group. I would see that as key to other reasons people have have problems with their hemoglobin, hematocrit, that kind of thing, red blood cells. Significantly higher after 72 hours compared to those in the control group. Although more information is needed, researchers believe that papaya extract may eventually be used as a treatment for people with blood disorders and impaired blood clotting. Enhances heart health, and they're talking here about the vitamin C, also containing folate, which helps convert homocysteine, a type of amino acid linked to hyperclotting. And problems. So that's all of that MTHFR stuff I talk about quite frequently. And that, so papaya is a source, a good source of natural folate, which is vitamin B9. Okay, may have anti-cancer properties. Several compounds found in ripe and unripe papaya have been shown to have powerful anti-cancer effects. Papain, for example, has been shown to block the growth and spread of tumors in animal studies. Meanwhile, vitamin C and beta carotene, both of which are found in papaya, have been linked to a decreased risk of several different types of cancers. Again, another big, ugly enemy rearing its head, seems more and more frequently and more virulently, I would say. We have now what are appearing and being recognized by doctors as turbo cancers. So people being detected with cancers that are already at stage 3 or stage 4 when they're detected, and only weeks sometimes since symptoms have appeared. And there's different plausible explanations as why we might be seeing these turbo cancers, and I won't get into that right now. But eating and following practices that are anti-cancer are, I would say, especially important, if ever, now than ever before. And it's a shame, because with our modern medicine and all of the science and the tools that we have and the money we spend, it seems like cancer should be going away, doesn't it? It seems like we should have less cancer, not more. But anyway, so that's good. Plus, in addition to promoting regularity, okay, so studies show that increasing your intake of dietary fiber may also be associated with a lower risk of colorectal cancer. Okay, all right, let's go down by that. This is actually a page that I'm reading from by Dr. Josh Axe, his website, and I refer to his stuff a lot of times. I really think that's another really great reputable resource. Dr. Axe. Okay. Can help prevent macular degeneration. Each serving of papaya packs a hearty dose of beta carotene, one of the primary nutrients involved in preserving vision and protecting eye health. It also contains lutein and zeaxanthin, two flavonoids that can help prevent macular degeneration. They're very commonly used in supplements, combination supplements for eye health. Those are the ones you really look for. And you usually want, I think it's like, it's one or the other, but 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin and 10 milligrams of lutein is generally what we look for for a nice potent supplement. Anyway, two flavonoids that can help prevent macular degeneration or age-related loss of vision. Zeaxanthin specifically helps filter out blue light that can be harmful to the retina to optimize vision as you get older. So here we go. Number 7, helps prevent asthma. In addition to keeping vision healthy, beta carotene has been shown to help reduce the risk of asthma. Maintaining adequate levels of vitamin A in the diet may be especially crucial for children to help reduce airway inflammation. Oh, here we go. Papaya seeds also have their own nutritional benefits. They can be eaten as well, although they are quite bitter. I don't know why they couldn't be used though. Well, I guess you wouldn't need, never mind. The seeds have been used as folk medicine to treat parasitic infections, E. coli, and other viral and bacterial infections. So that might be a good place for, although the leaf does it too, but might be a good place for it, again, an anti-parasitical type formula. Slow signs of aging because of the vitamin C, vitamin A, and other flavonoids. They're a great fruit to help keep the skin healthy and wrinkle-free. Research shows that these nutrients work as antioxidants that help prevent free radical formation, oxidative damage to the skin. So you can also, if you go online and you're interested, I was doing this and then I didn't end up putting it in my newsletter, probably just got interrupted and didn't think of it going back. But you can find do-it-yourself, DIY, ways to make your own papaya facial masks and things. I wouldn't make one here, right? Because you're not going to use fruit. It's going to go bad and then use it. You would have to do something anyway, but you can find ways to do that yourself with a lot of things like that. Just make your own papaya mask. Number 9, fights viral infections. It's been used to treat dengue fever, something that we're not used to over here by any means, but it's a deadly viral infection from mosquitoes in tropical areas. In one particular study, the leaves were mixed with water and given to patients twice a day, and the treatment was found to significantly decrease viral activity after 5 days. So again, here we have in our plant world so many wonderful the things that God provided to people in certain areas, right? You've got this threat here, but you've also got this plant here, and knowing how to use those things and using them. How wonderful is that? Traditional Polynesian cultures in Hawaii and Tahiti made poultices out of papaya skin to help with wound healing. Why? The skin is particularly high in papain. They would apply the poultice directly to the skin to treat burns, rashes, or bug bites. Could also go into the plantain salve, right? Papain can also be used to treat fungal and viral infections of the skin, such as warts and ringworm. It helps to destroy the layer of protein that protects viruses and fungi against attack, decreasing their ability to reproduce and spread. So think about that. Those of you, many of you might be using serapeptase. I use it myself on a daily basis for different reasons. But one of the things that serapeptase as a proteolytic enzyme does is digest protein. and it will digest your protein, help with that if you take them with your protein meal. But if you take them off the meal, will get into your system and digest proteins that need to be removed. And one of the things is the biofilms that protect viruses. So this is where they're coming from with this, that to treat viral and fungal and viral infections of the skin, helps to destroy that layer of protein, just digest it away, that protects them and decreases their ability to reproduce and spread. So they're protecting themselves with that protein, and the enzyme, the papain in this case, is digesting that. That's pretty cool. So they're nutrient dense food. They got all, these different things. They have protein, fiber, vitamin C, vitamin A, folate, potassium, vitamin E, some vitamin K. And they also have a small amount of thiamine. Okay, these are B vitamins: thiamine, riboflavin, and pantothenic acid, and then calcium. They're all, okay, talking about other tropical fruits such as papaya, mango, pineapple, guava, and banana are beloved for their delicious flavor and signature sweetness. All are also rich in nutrients, offering a wealth of vitamin C, potassium, vitamin A, fiber, antioxidants, and more. Great. So that makes sense. All right. Now, I did put some recipes in my newsletter. I'm going to jump back to the papaya leaf in a minute, but I have to tell you this. I put some in last week's newsletter when I talked about, prebiotics, probiotics, and sac-boo. I talked about, I had recipes there for overnight oats as prebiotics. Well, let me tell you, they are nothing to write home about. So I didn't follow any of those recipes, but I do make my own yogurt. And so 2 nights in a row, I set up, I have to clear my throat again, excuse me. I set them, it looks like I'm just gonna have a frog in my throat. Bear with me. I set up, first I took the yogurt and I put in there some organic rolled oats, because most of the recipes say rolled oats, although I read that you can do it with steel cut oats too, even though they're larger and harder. Stirred it in there, stirred in my blueberries, my banana. I stirred in bee pollen, because bee pollen, it says, needs to be broken down, and yogurt's a great way to do that. So I put a teaspoon of that in there. Some maple syrup, some peanut butter, organic peanut butter, and stirred it all up. Took it to work the next morning. I mean, it didn't taste like oats at all, right? I mean, the yogurt tasted good. Everything tasted good, but the oats were basically like wet cardboard, little pieces of wet cardboard. So I said, well, maybe it's just because they're rolled oats and they're not, so I used my steel cut oats the next day. No, there's nothing valuable about them except the nutrients that are in oats. It's not like eating oatmeal. You don't know you're eating oatmeal. It doesn't taste like oatmeal. And what's really the point if you're getting your prebiotics other ways, which are easy to do? So I'm not doing any more of those. And if you haven't tried them, well, if you want to try them, see what you think. But if I want oatmeal, I want it to taste like oatmeal, right? I want it to taste like oats. So I'm going to cook my oatmeal from now on. Anyway, the recipes for the papaya sound really great. Papaya banana smoothie, that sounds awesome. That has in it a cup of milk, a 1/4 cup Greek yogurt, a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, a small ripe banana peeled and sliced, a half large ripe petite papaya peeled, seeded, and chopped, and some ice cubes, and you blend those up. That sounds really refreshing and delicious. And then the next one I have there is an avocado papaya salad. That right there, has to be super nutritious. 2 avocados peeled and halved, pitted, 2 papayas, peeled, halved, and seeded, a lime, zested and juiced, salt, a little bit of sugar, an eighth of a teaspoon of ground black pepper, some cayenne, and extra virgin olive oil. And that is for 4 servings. And that sounds really, really good to me. I have to admit, I know I've eaten papaya, but I cannot tell you when the last time was, for sure. So I got to try these things myself. And then this one I liked, chicken and papaya stir fry. So soy sauce. I like to use tamari, dry white wine, some cornstarch. You know how you do those stir fries. Boneless, skinless, boneless chicken breast. Vegetable oil I would use. I don't like vegetable oil, right? Vegetable oils are really not good for you. So I would substitute there. We get refined coconut oil, which means it doesn't taste or smell like coconut, but it's got a really great high smoke point, very healthy for you. And that's what I would use. Onion, fresh ginger, garlic, Anaheim chili. Chili peppers are also really, really, really good for you. I've been reading more about those too. Crushed red peppers, soy sauce again, orange juice, papayas, and lemon juice, pepper, and scallion. That sounds really, really delicious. So it's really wonderful to think that you can make foods and eat them. Just make sure you eat them, healthy foods regularly, but you want variety. You don't have to eat papaya every single day. If you want it every single day, if you want the medicinal effects every single day, then you can do something like use supplements and teas and extracts and capsules or whatever. Okay, now the leaves. 22 incredible benefits of papaya leaves. I mean, who knew? I did not. Papaya leaves are equally famous for their health benefits as the fruit papaya. They have incredible medicinal properties that can help manage several conditions like dengue fever, menstrual pain, and inflammation. So I'm going to go to this page. And again, you can do that too. Health benefits. Okay. Treat dengue. So we talked about that. Easing menstruation disorders. I talked about it, but papaya leaves are a wonder for menstruating women. They can help ease the bloating that occurs during menstrual cramps. Usually tea or decoction made from papaya leaves are helpful to treat PMS symptoms like headache, pain, indigestion, and nausea. And you can just make yourself your own, get some papaya leaves, right? And just make yourself a tea, just like you would any, put it in brew any loose leaf tea. To treat skin problems. According to a study, papaya leaf decoction has a healing capability against cancer, specifically skin cancer. The leaves of papaya have a strong cytotoxic effect that helps to kill human cancer cells better than other traditional remedies, which for me would make it a great addition to our eggplant salve, right? Why not, if you're extracting eggplant, extract some papaya leaves in there too? It can only make it better. Maintain liver health. Oxidative stress can cause a lot of damage to the liver, leading to hepatitis and HCV-related cirrhosis. Hepatitis C, that's what they mean, virus. In a study, it was found that consumption of papaya leaves can provide potential support to the liver due to its antioxidant properties and vitamin E. Treat malaria, we talked about that. According to a study, daily administration of papaya leaves in patients with malaria helps to increase the red blood cells and reduce parasite load in their body. This leads to the fast recovery of the liver from malarial parasites. Again, talking about those red blood cells. And I think we were talking about that for people with low platelets, but why not low red blood cells, maybe to an anemic problem, such as, you need iron. If you need iron, you need iron, but also just fortifying the red blood cells. Also so dependent on folate and B12. But papaya could be, if you struggle with that kind of thing, why not try adding some papaya leaves, tincture or tea or whatever to your daily regimen. Alleviate mood swings. Many studies reveal that the main cause of mood swings and other mental disorders are due to the deficiency of vitamin C in the body. You know me, I've been really on a vitamin C kick over the past several weeks or a couple months. Papaya leaves or its decoction helps to get relief from emotional tension like mood swings, stress, and depression. Supports the digestive system. We talked about that. Constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, heartburn, bloating, other digestive issues. Papaya leaves also help to maintain the digestive tract physiology. So by that, we're talking about preventing that leaky gut kind of thing, and physiology. So the way it's constructed. And then also I would think we're talking about the microbiome there as well, which we talked about a lot last week in the session on prebiotics, probiotics, and SAC-BOO. Boosts energy. Papain and papaya leaves are known to boost energy in an individual. The presence of several vitamins and minerals in these wonder leaves help treat chronic fatigue and maintain the energy levels in a person. Reduces inflammation. Okay, we talked about that. Antioxidant, chronic inflammation. Improves insulin sensitivity. We haven't talked about that yet. And that, again, we're talking preventing diabetes. The bioactive agents in papaya leaves have the potential to improve insulin sensitivity, as well as secondary complications of diabetes, such as fatty liver, kidney damage, and oxidative stress. According to a study, several diabetics use papaya leaf herbal treatment method to decrease their blood glucose. And there's a study that you can click on there. Good for heart health. The presence of polyphenols in many plants has shown positive results in reducing cardiovascular diseases. According to a study, papaya leaves have cardioprotective properties that help to reduce the oxidative stress induced on the heart due to the presence of phenolic compounds. Oh, I want to talk to you. I want to just mention another thing that I just was reading about yesterday in mushrooms, and it's called, I'm not going to try to say it, but it's a specific constituent of mushrooms that I had not, that I don't remember reading about before. And one of the very big things is the cardiovascular health. I'll be doing a program on that too, or maybe I can even split one between deer antler, Lurong, and yeah, maybe that's what I'll do next week, because I want to have an excuse to delve into them more. But that's another exciting thing, and just made me think of it when we were talking about the heart health. It was quite remarkable. And you can take this. I read this in the Life Extension in their journal. And then I also saw it in a feed this week with Dr. Joseph Mercola talking about it after I had read that yesterday. I saw that feed this morning, I think. Treats heartburn. So heartburn's a problem for a lot of people. Papaya leaves are used as a natural remedy in many digestive issues like heartburn, bloating, constipation, irritable bowel. We know that, but I had not really honed in on the heartburn part of it. So for those of you heartburn people out there, just take note. Oh, stimulates hair growth. Says there the antioxidants, the beta carotene, enzymes like papain, and vitamins like A and C. These compounds help to treat hair conditions such as dandruff and baldness, along with adding volume to hairs and giving them the natural shine. Anti-cancer property. Again, we're talking about the leaves. Papaya leaf extract has an anti-proliferative property that inhibits the growth of prostate cancer cells in men. The study also indicates the presence of a range of anti-cancer compounds and antioxidants in papaya leaves. So this would be also a good addition to my Formula C+, for example. Which it's a cocktail of very many plant extracts that are anti-cancer, but I love the slap it silly approach. So each plant that's anti-cancer comes at it in its own unique way. And so the more you get in there for anything, I think, the better success you have trying to fight something or prevent something, for example. Detoxify the body. The green leaves are the best for the health of the liver. The presence of phytochemicals like flavonoids and alkaloids, along with enzymes like papain and papaya leaves, acts as a detoxification agent, protects the liver and kidneys from all its disorders like inflammation. Manage high blood pressure. There we go. That's another very common problem today. According to a study published in the journal Nutrients, Papaya leaves are helpful to treat metabolic disorders like high blood pressure, obesity, and insulin resistance. Papaya leaves cause a rapid drop in the arterial blood pressure compared to hydralazine, which is a hypertension drug. And there's a study there that you can click on if you want to read that. It relieves constipation. We've already talked about that. Prevent cataracts because of the antioxidants, vitamin B, vitamin A, phenolic compounds, alkaloids, magnesium, potassium, beta carotene, rich compounds help to prevent cataracts and age-related ocular diseases. Another thing people are super concerned about today. Improved appetite. Loss of appetite is the main sign of diabetes. Papaya levels are helpful to improve the insulin sensitivity in diabetics and control the glucose levels in their body. This in turn can help improve appetite in them. It also helps to improve digestive problems that can kind of, cause you not to have great appetite if you have digestive problems. It heals wounds. The enzyme protease in the papaya leaves, because we were talking about the papaya fruit before, now the leaves also. Wound healing and desloughing properties. A study says that wound healing requires around 7 days when treated with hydrogen peroxide and only 4 days when treated with papaya leaves. Cool. Prevents lung damage. Emphysema is a condition characterized by damage of the air sacs of the lungs and shortness of breath. Vitamin D in papaya leaves plays an important role in treating emphysema, lung inflammation, and other chronic pulmonary diseases, as well as improving the lung function. Slow down aging. The main cause of aging is the presence of harmful free radicals in the body. High antioxidants in papaya leaves help to scavenge free radicals and protect the skin from their damage. And that helps maintain the health of the skin. There are some downsides. There are some, it says papaya leaves are full of goodness, but there are certain downsides, which you should be aware. May cause allergic reaction. So if you're allergic, may cause complications like abortion if consumed during pregnancy. That's really important to know. Not safe for pregnancy. That's the case with many plant medicines. In fact, I have good lists of things that are okay for pregnancy and things that aren't. And so just because something's natural, right, doesn't mean, whoa, just load up on it, everyone. You just have to use everything responsibly. Can have an effect on women who are planning to conceive. So if you're on medication for diabetes, specifically something that really lowers, like insulin, that's lowering your, that really lowers your blood sugar. You don't want to, you need to be aware that this can lower further, which is a good thing, but you don't want to lower too low. So be careful if you're like on insulin. May interact with blood thinners, right? So if you're already on blood thinners and it's affecting your blood in a positive way by keeping the viscosity, it could be an interaction with a blood thinning medication. Okay, people will ask me that, like, oh, I'm taking serrapeptase, which thins the blood. Can I take these herbs that also do that? Yes, you can take those things. You can take as many of those things as you want. What you don't want to do is combine them with something, especially like Coumadin, or if you're taking Eliquis, or you're on, oh gosh, I'm thinking the other one I think is, no, I'm not going to say it because I could be wrong. But anyway, if you're on a prescription blood thinning medication, that's when you want to be careful. So how to use them? Says papaya leaf juice is the best, simplest way is to add papaya leaves to your diet to prepare leaf juice. But these are fresh leaves, right? So good luck finding those in a blender and blend them until the mixture becomes, add 5 to 10 tender papaya leaves in a blender and blend them until the mixture becomes smooth. Strain the thick juice in a glass with the help of a thin cloth or sieve. One can mix orange or any sweet fruit, as the taste of papaya leaf juice will be extremely bitter. Honey is also preferable. I wonder if this is bitter. Hang on. It should be. I just happen to have a pipette handy. do this. I don't think it's going to work because I don't have a, let's see. I don't mind it. I don't know. I guess you would say it's bitter, but it's got a kind of a fruity taste too. Oh, for heaven's sakes, just suck it up, people. They're just obviously not used to, things like golden seal nipping in the bud. Anyway, what happened here? Okay. Yeah, that wasn't bad at all, for heaven's sakes. All right. But anyway, I would much rather take the extract and just add it to a cup of water and drink it and be done with it, and then trying to whip it all up in the blender. Okay. Papaya leaf decoction. A tea or decoction made from papaya leaf is also widely used to treat various ailments. To prepare papaya decoction, boil papaya leaves and around 2 liters of water until the color of the leaves fade and the water is reduced to half. Again, they're talking about fresh leaves. Now, if you were using the leaves, I'm just going to look at these myself for a second. Make a tea. You don't really, you can just make a tea because they're not like twigs, right? They don't need a long boil. So a decoction is when you take, instead of doing a tea where you put boiling water on top and let it steep for 10 minutes or so, a decoction is where you simmer for like 20 minutes, but you do not need to do that with this dried leaf that's all cut and sifted, like you would if you had the fresh leaves. I have a feeling the leaves are like huge based on how they're dealing with them. So, okay. Okay. So that's how they say to do that. It says here, questions, frequently asked questions. I don't know if how do you eat papaya leaves? They're extremely bitter in taste. That's why they are either blended into a juice or boiled to tea to reduce its bitterness. It is, however, suggested to add honey or jaggery to improve the taste. Anybody know what that is? Jaggery. Is papaya leaf good for kidney? One of the serious complications of dengue fever is kidney or liver failure. Papaya leaves are very good for the kidneys, as they are known to increase platelet count during dengue fever and improve the functionality of kidneys. Do papaya leaves increase white blood cells? A study published in the journal ResearchGate says that juice made out of papaya leaves are very useful to increase the count of white blood cells in our body, along with platelet count. That would make me think it'd be a very good thing for someone to use who's undergoing chemotherapy, because a lot of times, if they're having that problem of low platelets and low white blood cells, I use typically echinacea. We use I call it echinacea supreme, a potent echinacea tincture for people who are having problems with their white blood cells. But why not, combine with that for that problem, some papaya? That sounds like a good idea to me. Can we drink papaya leaf juice daily? Drinking a moderate amount of papaya leaf is beneficial for health. For dengue patients, which none of us are, 2 teaspoons of papaya leaf juice is recommended every 6 hours. While in normal condition, 1 tablespoon a day is recommended. Also, try to prepare fresh juice every day and don't use the juice which is stored for more than 24 hours. Papaya leaf juice, side effects may cause mild to moderate side effects like abdominal pain, severe drowsiness, nausea, irregular palpitation, skin irritation, and problems with stuff in the food pipe. So I think that we're talking here about over consuming. Again, all things in moderation, not like, oh my goodness, I just want to drink papaya juice all day long. A papaya leaf juice I'm talking about. Is it good for the liver? Active compounds help to prevent multiple diseases of the liver caused due to free radicals. Also, the antimicrobial property of papaya juice helps in fast recovery of the liver from malaria or dengue fever. Anyway, so again, yes, all things in moderation. I think the way that I like the idea of using it is as part of different formulas, as part of different teas. And then, you know, you're getting a nice, even if you're drinking several cups of a tea, you're not getting all papaya leaf, right? You're getting bits of 8 different plants. So anyway, papaya, very, very interesting, at least to me. I hope to you too. And yeah, let me see where else I can go here in this newsletter. I think I've pretty much gone through everything and that I wanted to talk about today. Again, what else can I say? Here at Wondrous Roots, we've got some really fun things going on. Again, doing some things with our candles. We've been candle fiends lately, and we have these nice little tea lights. They're like this size. And I think I might have talked about this last time, putting them together in assortments. And so that's coming. We have a brand new design for our online store, which will probably be unveiled next week. It's been in the works, working with a company called QE Retail, and they're redoing the whole design, making it really, I don't know, you'll see. I've also started to utilize the blog area on the store website, which is shopwondrousroots.com. Yesterday, I wrote 2 quick blogs, one on Lurong and one on India, and intend to be doing more of that kind of thing too. So, and then stay tuned to YouTube. I intend to do many more informational videos, short clips, which I have not done yet, but it won't take me long once I sit down to do it. I want to thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate seeing all of you who are here, and for all of those who will be listening later on. I hope you have a wonderful weekend here in New Hampshire. I'm looking at beautiful fall leaves on the foliage outside the window here, and the air is nice. It's crisp. Dale this morning took it's the ritual here at the end of summer, getting the planters with the old flowers and our culinary herbs that have pretty much been all used, and getting those. What about the dried fruit? Oh, I'm sorry. I have a question from one of my guests about the dried fruit, the papaya fruit. Yes, definitely. I would think that's great, Karen, but I would say make sure you get the stuff without the, the stuff you're not supposed to have there in the dried fruit. I can't think of what it is right now, but the dried fruit would be good. And dried fruit is always a great way to enjoy fruit, the fruit part of things, when you can't just keep it fresh. And a lot of places, I don't think papaya are always in everybody's produce department. We're pretty fortunate here in Keene. We have the Keene Co-op, which is, has a lot of things like that, and Hannaford's might as well, or Market Basket, but some parts of the country might not be as easy to get. So I was talking about that. I was talking about the new website coming up, using the blog more on that page, on my homepage there. And I think that's about all I want to say right now. Again, next week, I think I will talk about Lurong, which is another wonderful anti-aging medicine. Deer antler, I started researching deer antler when I first started my practice back in, this must have been 2005 or 6, and I was very fascinated, and then it just fell off my radar. And it was a client interaction that brought it back to my mind this past week. And so we are featuring that. I have some on the way. You can read about it on my website, shopwondrousroots.com, if you're interested ahead of next week's program. And then I'll also talk about that constituent in mushrooms that is so marvelous for health. Anything else? And if you want to reach out to me and say, Becky, I'd love it if you talk about this or that, or you have an idea, let me know, and I'll be happy to do that in the future. So again, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and stay healthy.